Hi, welcome everybody who is may or may not be in chat yet. Um, all right, we're doing part 3 of the Route 66 trip. Um, as usual, I am going to start off with the pre-flight check. Give people a chance to filter in here. Oh, speaking of pre-flight checks, forgot to plug my controller in. All right. That's no good. Okay. Anyway, I like to start with the pre-flight checks. One, this will give people time to filter in, and two, okay, this way I know everything's set up the way I want it when we start moving, which is ideal, which is generally how you want things to be when you're flying. So, all right, first things first. Okay. Anybody shows up and wants to know what I'm doing, feel free to ask. Okay. All right. Okay, electrical system is normal. Why does it not remember this? Okay. All right. Looks like my flight plan has loaded correctly, so that's always good. That's a good sign.
Engaging autopilot.
Not that high. I need what? I need 2,500. Okay. All right, PFD and MFD I think are more or less set. Flight control check. All right, this is the first of a couple of times that, as people who have been watching this will know, Flight Simulator takes a long time to load shit. Not very well optimized software. Full left. Full right. Control. Okay, flight controls look good. Hello. Hello, bad boy, so sorry. How are you doing? Okay, and one more thing. Right about there. Okay, yeah, that's all good. All right. I think we are ready to taxi this bird. Nav lights. Don't need landing lights. Yeah, imagine Microsoft not optimizing their software. Okay. Actually, well, this is a co-production between Microslop and a French studio named as Asobo, so we can blame the French if we want to. How are you doing, bad boy? Oh, French. I can't really do Orson Welles. Wish I could do Orson Welles. Okay, so, oh yeah, so I should be doing the passenger briefing, shouldn't I? Yeah, so tonight's flight, last flight ended just past Tulsa. So as we have been doing, following Route 66 through Oklahoma, west, and eventually passing through Oklahoma City, a couple of smaller towns, and then Amarillo, Texas. And then we're landing a little bit after Amarillo, Texas, just shy of the halfway mark. of Route 66 as a whole. All right, more pre-flight checks. So bear with me here. Mixture lever, full rich. Power, okay. Engine check. Ignition check. All right. Okay, fuel quantity, check. Altimeters, check. GPS set. Transponder. Thank you. Okay, autopilot pre-selected. Pitot heat on. Flaps. Takeoff position. Mixture full rich. Fuel pump boost. Elevator trim set. Okay. Rock and roll. Yeah, so this is Richard Lloyd Jones Airport, which is I guess if you live in Tulsa and have private aircraft, this is where you go for that. All right. Power. All right, and we are taking off. Nice and easy. Flaps up. Safe altitude. Okay. So, Tulsa, Oklahoma is back that way. This is the Arkansas River. If you... Bad boy, I don't know if you were here for the end of last stream, but if you were, you got to see me crash into it. So that was... we're just going to pretend that didn't happen, which is why I'm bringing it up. All right, we are headed. Yes. All right, so our first lake here is going to be Sepulpa, Oklahoma. believe this is in Creek. I believe this is in land that belongs to the Creek Nation, but we're bordering. We are also bordering the Osage Nation's land. The Osage, of course, benefited massively from from the discovery of oil on their land in the early 20th century, and then were sort of scammed out of a lot of it. If you've seen Killers of the Flower Moon, that goes to a lightly fictionalized version of what happened. Fuel here. That's about the same. All right. I'm in the air and moving, I can pull this up. It's going to take a second to think about it. Alright, here's my summary of where we are on the flight plan right now. This is Middle America. It's not going to be easy to point too much out, but this big yellow area down here is Dallas-Fort Worth, and this over here is Oklahoma City. I think that might be Kansas City. Anywho, I think be leaving it like this for now. Landmarks here. Anybody Yeah, anybody have anything, any questions about the plane, about the route? Little while, like, gonna go ahead and say Oklahoma, Texas stretch of this. We got 400 miles ahead of us, and it's probably the least. I don't know. This is the stretch I was least looking forward to beforehand. So, yeah. I mean, there's interesting stuff coming up, but there's going to be a whole lot of nothing in between it, is the problem. It's like space in that way. Space is full of very cool stuff and a whole lot of nothing. Yes, this is the same plane. So this is the CRS-SR-22T. Basically, all light aircraft have dual fuel tanks, and or have fuel tanks in each wing, and actually so do jetliners, but jets, bigger planes like that usually have some sort of automatic fuel management system, and this one, light aircraft generally don't. Weirdly enough, the Cessna 172 actually allows you to open both fuel tanks at the same time and keep things balanced that way. Or it stays relatively balanced that way, but this plane doesn't. Despite being full of very cool, despite having all kinds of cool gizmos, this plane you gotta watch the fuel tanks. What it does have, what the CRS-SR-22 does have, and I've got to resist the urge to play with this every time I get in it. It's up here. We got this little panel. We got this panel that says for extreme emergencies only. And if you pull it away, there's a handle here. If you pull that handle, it deploys a parachute. And now I can't put the thing back. Oh shit! I did not mean to. Oh god.
Stall.
Look what you made me do. All right. All right. Well, let's pretend. I guess let's follow through on this and see what happens here.
Stall. 500.
Not exactly the ideal place for it. Okay, let's see if we can get this to... Nope, we're going in nose first. Okay. Well, now that I've done that... I've gotta restart here. Ripperoonies. Alright. Alright, well, I guess we're starting again. Just speed through this here. is back. Alright. Lights are on. Pre-configure. Alright, so that's 2 flights in a row that, well, have had embarrassing mishaps. Maybe I shouldn't be a pilot. Hey, Flightsim Lover 2003. I am playing on PC. And I have if you're, my setup is, Ryzen 5700, NVIDIA, RTX, 5070 Ti, dual 1440 monitors, and I have, I'm using the Honeycomb Alpha and Bravo yoke and throttle quadrant and Thrustmaster rudder pedals. And despite all this, I can't seem to not do stupid things when I'm in the cockpit. Alright, we know the engine power's fine. I'm gonna skip that. Heat up, heat on. That's off. Oxygen off. Okay. Centered view. All right. I mean, PS5s aren't cheap either, but PS5s aren't cheap either, but yeah, PC hardware is kind of in an awful place right now. Yeah, I really love the
Engaging autopilot.
so I really like my Honeycomb flight controls. I will say they're kind of limiting. Like, it just doesn't well, okay, so what I particularly like about the Bravo throttle quadrant is that it has flexible or modular throttle levers, so you can switch them out for different configurations of airplanes. So like if I were flying a twin engine, there's a second set of throttle levers and stuff, and then if I fly jets, which I don't do as much as I used to do sometimes, I don't do it as much nowadays. There's a set of throttle levers that are set for jets specifically. also, it's just nice to have physical buttons for a lot of these controls and stuff. The alpha so the alpha yoke that I have, the thing, I guess my complaint about that is that it just feels weird to do like non-civilian planes with it. Like, so I don't use this for I play Ace Combat, for instance, and I just use an Xbox controller for Ace Combat. We got about probably 10 minutes of flying to get back to where I was when the plane set down. Oh well, okay. If you're a PS5 user, you're in luck. So Ace Combat is a series of lightly fictional, or it's a series of games based on air combat. It's set in like a fictionalized world, which has a bunch of crazy. There's like a bunch of crazy lore for it, which I really love. And yeah, so there's so the seventh Ace Combat Ace Combat 7 is the most recent one. Pretty good. It's the first one that's been available, or it's like the first one that's like multi-platform, so available on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam. And I'm mostly a PC gamer. How much is? Well, okay, so at least on Steam, Ace Combat's not on sale right now, so it's $60. When the new, like, I don't know how often PlayStation games go on sale. There is a new one coming out in October, or September or October, I believe. I'm very pumped for it. But yeah, if for instance DCS is or like your DCS or your War Thunder is like sort of a more sort of like, or well, especially DCS is like the kind of thing where you have to spend months learning how to fly one airplane correctly. Ace Combat's flying an F-22 through a tunnel. Or a canyon or what have you. Well, Flightsim Lover, it's these things go on sale. So, Flight Sim Lover, if this is your first time viewing this channel, what I'm doing primarily is flight seeing, and the current series of trips I'm in is covering historic Route historic US Route 66, which originally traveled across the U.S. from Chicago to Los Angeles. Today I'm doing leg 3 of 6 of what I have planned, which is a little bit over 400 miles going from Tulsa, Oklahoma to Amarillo, Texas. As far as the flight seeing goes, Oklahoma's not exactly famous for its terrain, but there are some interesting, there's plenty of weird roadside attractions along the way I can talk about. And once we get to Texas, I don't know if the terrain's going to be more interesting, but what is going to happen is that we start reaching the inland. We're starting to get to the higher, it's like the, not exactly the Rockies, but the, not on this flight anyway, but like sort of where the U.S. starts to reach, the terrain starts to plateau a little bit. So there'll be more highlands and stuff. I do. I don't think I have multiplayer active right now, so, if you're around for the next one, I might do that. I do have Discord. My handle on Discord is Bob the Walrus without the 2009. You just Bob the Walrus. But yeah, like I don't have multiplayer on, but I can send you my flight plans. I'm not 100% sure how you go about loading them on the console versions, but yeah. It's is that link spelled right? Because I'm not getting. It's not letting me in. At any rate, or maybe the website's just down right now. I don't know. At any rate, we do have our first point of interest coming up. So coming up, we have the town of Stroud, Oklahoma. Stroud is one of many places that was an inspiration for the Cars franchise, or one of many places along Route 66 that was inspiration for the Cars franchise. In particular, the proprietor of the Rock Cafe, one Don Welch, was apparently one of the people that Sally Carrera is based on. I don't know how honored I would be to have a car with a tramp stamp named after me, is, but get too carried away here. What is my next? Okay, next town we're flying over is Chandler, Oklahoma. This is home to yet another Route 66 museum. This one, the Route 66 Interpretive Center. Also home to the 85-year-old Lincoln Motel. Switch tanks here. Coming up. All right. Bots are we have very low tolerance for bots around these parts. Anyway, coming up, next point of interest is coming up very shortly. We have a point of interest, the Threat Filling Station, established in. Okay, there we go. Established in 1915 by Alan Threat, one of the earliest black-owned businesses along Route 66. Was one of the places in the first edition of the famous Green Book. And still stands to this day, 110 years later. Alright, coming up we have the town of Arcadia, Oklahoma, which has a couple of cool points of interest. First of which being this stretch of pavement that actually dates back to 1928. So for 98 years worth of concrete, they got their money's worth out of this one. This is where that would be. I keep forgetting to do that. This is where that would be. Next point of next noticeable notable landmark. We have the Arcadia Round Barn, which was erected in 1898. And is distinctive for being a barn that's a circle. There it is on the map. Supposedly the person who built it thought that, I guess even in 1898, Oklahoma was known as tornado country, and the person who built it thought that making the barn round would help protect it against tornadoes. I don't believe that has been tested. Science seems a little dubious to me. Okay, we're approaching Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City's got quite a few things I'm going to have to sort of rapid fire a little bit here. Okay, apologies in advance for the incoming incoming tonal shifts. Right. Oklahoma City has some very interesting things and some very bad memories attached to it as well, unfortunately. Okay, first up, coming in from the northeast, first point of interest right up ahead of me is the National Cowboy and Western Museum, featuring artifacts of all sorts. Western Heritage Museum. Next point of interest is the Oklahoma State Capitol building, which I think we can see up here, ahead here. That's it. Next two waypoints on a more somber note are dedicated to the First Peoples. Oklahoma is, of course, where the designated territory that most of the Eastern Native Americans were forced into by President Andrew Jackson during the event that would become known as the Trail of Tears. One of the biggest, not the first, but probably the biggest step in the genocide of the Native Americans. So, coming up, we have first the First Americans Museum, which is located there. And then we have the Centennial Land Rush Memorial, which is dedicated to the First Peoples who were displaced from their territory, or from the land they'd just been forced to in Oklahoma City, to a big land rush in the 1890s when when mining became the primary industry of the area. Next, unfortunately, Oklahoma City, for people of a certain age, is going to conjure one particular event, and that is the bombing of the federal building, in which two domestic terrorists detonated a bomb outside the Oklahoma Federal Building. 168 people died as the building collapsed between the explosion and the ensuing collapse of the building. The memorial park is right here. Got a picture of it. Features 168 empty seats, representing one for each of the victims of the bombing. Quick moment of silence here. Okay, finally, we have here the National Stockyards, the largest cattle trading facility in the world, or at least in the U.S., maybe in the world? What does this say? Yeah, world's largest cattle market. Over here. If learning about genocide and terrorism makes you hungry, at least you can get good steaks. Sometimes you just don't know how to deal. Sometimes I just don't know how to approach some things. Okay, this airport up to the, so this one, the, Oklahoma City's two major airports are named after Will Rogers and Wiley Post, two Oklahoma natives. Will Rogers was two Oklahoma natives and, most relevantly, aviators of the pioneer era. They were both killed in an airplane crash in Alaska. So that is in their name. Is the bridge over the tributary of Lake Overhauser. It's 748 feet long and built in 1925. I don't believe you can drive it now, but it remains as a historic landmark. Lake Overhauser, whatever I said. The town of Yukon is where Route 66 intersects with the Chisholm Trail, which is a trail which dates back to roughly around the Civil War, and is where cattle were run from Texas to Kansas City for market reasons. Price reasons. Hi there. Is that you, Flightsim lover? Worryingly close is what that was. Can't remember last time I've been buzzed that close by NPC, by air traffic. Okay, coming up here we have the town of El Reno, which got a nice has this lovely installation in it. El Reno is also famous for its restaurants serving onion burgers, which are burgers where the ground meat is mixed in with large chunks of onion to make them cheaper. Were a big hit during the Depression, or during the Great Depression. There's 3 blocks in a row with 3 of these restaurants. Should you end up in El Reno, I don't know which. I'm not going to take a side here, having never been anywhere near Oklahoma. Coming up to the northeast, or northwest of El Reno, we have historic Fort Reno. It was originally a cavalry post in the post-Civil War era. Was unused. I mean, it wasn't of much use by the time Route 66 was opened in the 1920s. But then, during World War II, was used as a prisoner of war camp for German and Italian prisoners of war during World War II. This chapel was apparently built by members of the German Afrika Corps, or Afrika Corps. I don't know why I can't speak. This is what's Fort Reno looks like from the air. Okay, and as I mentioned about before, while the general shape of the terrain isn't much to speak about, we are getting to the point where the ground is getting a little bit higher up. Arizona, we'll see the most prominent part of that in New Mexico and Arizona, which are not going to be in today's flight, but something to look forward to. Okay, coming up is the Canadian River, and we have a historic crossing. Let's see if it looks like anything is in. Pony Bridge. Nope, that does not look like it's there. Like it's rendered in the microslop. Pony Bridge was opened in 1932. These wind farms were presumably not here when Route 66 was in its heyday, but also they're weirdly close to a couple of airfields I can see on my map, which well, I guess you have to be real careful flying in and out of there. How's my fuel doing? Let's go ahead and switch tanks. Coming up is the town of Amarillo, Oklahoma, and just past that. past Hydro, Oklahoma, is Lucille's Historic Highway Service Station. Was originally opened in 1929, so that makes it 97 years old. Lucille herself operated the store. Don't have a last name for Lucille, but Lucille herself operated the place until her death in 2000. She was known as the Mother of the Mother Road, very popular figure among travelers during her lifespan. That's what I got there. Weatherford is home to the Thomas P. Stafford Air and Space Museum, named after Thomas Stafford, one native son of Weatherford, Oklahoma, and Apollo astronaut. He walked on the moon during the Apollo 16 mission. Where's the correction, I have Tom Stafford confused with somebody else. He was on Apollo 10. He was commander of the Apollo 10 mission. And the commander, yes, of the Apollo Soyuz test project. So he would not have walked on the moon, but he was on two important other missions. Must have gotten Stafford confused with somebody else. Only 16. Anyway. coming up, we have Clinton, Oklahoma. Clinton, Oklahoma is open to, is home to the Oklahoma Route 66 Museum. The travel guide I have available suggests that it is one of the better ones, but this has to have been like we have to have crossed paths with like at least a dozen of these things by now. So again, the ground is starting to rise up to meet me, so we're gonna gain some more altitude. Yeah, it's interesting. After all this flatland, to have it actually manage my altitude is, well, it's a change of pace at least. Okay, I have no notes for Foss. So I'll just keep on keeping on. Alright, so here we have Elk City, Oklahoma, and it is home to the National Route 66 Museum, as opposed to the Oklahoma Route 66 Museum we just came across. The, travel guide I used as a basis for a lot of my notes does not speak as highly of it. Speaks more highly of the previous one in Clinton than this one here. Make of that what you will. I mean, if you ever end up in Oklahoma, now you know. If you ever end up specifically in western Oklahoma. And we are past the halfway point of this flight. Assuming I don't pull any levers I'm not supposed to. Let's try not to. I'm gonna try not to do that again, because yeah. Do have work tomorrow, so I would prefer this not to go all night. Close encounter with a passing aircraft. No, it didn't zoom in. We're in the middle of nowhere because the photogrammetry has gotten worse. Okay, we're approaching Eric, Oklahoma. Eric's got a couple of neat little roadside oddities. First of which is this windmill sculpture that is along the north side of Route 66 coming up just ahead. I don't think we're going to be able to see that one from the air. Yeah, I think this picture is perfect. Okay. So first, let's see. That looks like an old rail. Looks like an old rail yard. Yeah, I suspected the windows aren't going to be on much. So Eric's also home to Sandhill's Curiosity Shop, and I'm going to show you a picture of the inside. Try not to be jump scared here. Yeah, that's, I think that's all you need right there. And then we are approaching Texola, which is the final town on the Oklahoma side of the final town in Oklahoma on this stretch of the road. And from here through Amarillo, the Route 66 is going to be along a very straight east to west line. Although we will be making the occasional diversion. Second. Okay, and here it is, Texola, Oklahoma. Say, get ready to be done with Oklahoma. Pretty wide stretches I will not miss, and we have now crossed over into Texas. 160 miles to go. For those of you who are keeping count. First up, we have the town of Shamrock, Texas, or the first noteworthy town. Shamrock, Texas. I don't know enough of the history of the place to know if it was ever really an Irish, historically Irish town or not, but it does have a lot of Irish-themed places. Route 66 roadside attraction of choice is the Kanoko Tower Station and Cafe and You Drop In here. I don't have a date for when this was constructed, but based on the Art Deco stuff, I'm going to guess the 30s. Got generic building. Wait, no, I think that's it. Although we got very generic looking buildings on the map here. After that, Again, the terrain's not much to look at, but the ground is very slowly rising up to meet me here. First leg of the trip, first part of this trip, we were flying at 2,500 feet above sea level, and now 2,500 feet above sea level is underground. So, yeah. Regulations are that if you are cruising with autopilot, you should be at least 800 feet above ground level at all times, and that is what I am trying to maintain at least. I'm trying to rounding that up to the nearest 500 feet. Still well below the height that any jets would be flying at, or the heights that you need supplemental oxygen to work at. Alright, we're approaching the town of McLean, Texas. McLean, Texas is home to the the shared Route 66 Museum and Devil's Rope Museum, dedicated to barbed wire, which might or might not have been manufactured in the area, but certainly gets used a lot for the cattle ranches and so forth. Also, in McLean, Texas, we have the restored, we have the restored Phillips gas station. From here, this one's not operating, but dates back to 1929. Again, back before standardized corporate filling station architecture. Alright, we're starting to get into some bluffs here, some badlands. Take it. We are still on a general arc of going towards very slowly. And we'll get more pronounced when we get to New Mexico. A contrail over there. Where'd it go? Hold on. Sorry, I've got air traffic. Looking for air traffic in the based on what my map's showing me. But anyway. Myself not to touch the parachute ripcord or the parachute deployment handle. Anywho, we are approaching Groom, Texas. Groom has another famous roadside attraction in the Leaning Water Tower. The Leaning Tower was built by Ralph Britton, owner of a gas station that is no longer around. See if we can spot it from the air. This one's. This thing, I guess. Yeah, you can see the shadow of it on the map. It's not really rendered correctly. It's not like it's just a generic building according to the AI. Just make out right there room is home to what is claimed to be, and of course this is in Texas, the world's largest cross, standing at 190 feet. Yeah, of course it's in Texas. Oh, hey, GP Beeson. How are you doing? You're catching me at about the last, probably about half hour of this flight. You missed another hilarious accident where I accidentally pulled the emergency parachute and had to restart the flight. Yeah, sort of. There's so underneath this cover there's a big red lever that says do not, and I did. So, yeah. Yeah, good crowd this eve. Had a couple new people, or had at least one new person show up. I'm always delighted when that happens. Had a clanker show up. Not as delighted to have that happen. Hello, Element Future. How is the flight doing so far? It is going okay. We have about... We're looking at about half an hour left. We started just west of Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're following Route 66, or historic Route 66. And the end of this flight is going to be in Vega, Texas, just on the other side of Amarillo. So just below us is another spur of going to Conway, Texas. There's another spur of Route 66 that features pavement dating back to the 1930s. It features original pavement dating back to the 1930s. If you're curious what that looks like up close, there you go. Very Vanishing Point. I think Vanishing Point's farther north than this, but oh wow, an international viewer, very cool. Well, welcome to Americana, or welcome to Middle Americana from. Yeah, this is not a part of the United States. The United States is very big, and this is not a part of it that I've personally been to. But yeah, this is why I've. This is the beauty of flight simulators, that I can, from my computer, I can go to a whole lot of places that I have not been to. And on that note, we are taking a quick diversion from Route 66. So I think that, so I'll say this about Flight Simulator 2024 versus 2020. I mean, it looks, if you have the hardware to run it, it looks fantastic. It took until, like, Sim Update 4 for me to be able to recommend it as a usable flight simulator over 2020. But yeah, now that we're here, I think it's starting to look pretty good. Anyway, I think I was, yeah, I appreciate that their plan to stream the world data was very controversial, but boy, do I appreciate that it doesn't use anywhere near as much hard disk space, because it's not the only thing I play. So. Anyway, we're taking a quick diversion south of Route 66 to visit Palo Duro Canyon State Park. A couple of little landmarks here. I don't know if they're going to show up in the simulator, but I got pictures if they don't. Coming up the second half of Route 66 in New Mexico, through New Mexico, Arizona, California. We're going to be approaching a lot of national parks. A lot of them are a little bit farther than I want to skew off from Route 66 for this project, but in the future, I'd like to go to some of the other national. I'd certainly like to do some flight seeing in national parks. There's a big art update for national parks coming out supposedly July 4th, so that'll make things interesting. What fuel tank am I? Okay, we're gonna switch fuel tanks. And the simulator is gonna freeze while our map updates. I discovered the hard way that while you can name these waypoints whatever if you're creating a flight plan in little nav map, which is my preferred way to do that, if you change the names of these waypoints to actual waypoints, the flight simulator freaks out when you're importing them, so I can't. As much as it would help me, I can't do that. Do I have the ability to personalize my co-pilot? Yes, and I actually can personalize my pilot avatar. Let me switch here. It's not going to let me switch the co-pilot. I guess the best way to do this would be so yeah. So my pilot avatar there. Is that what I look like? Yeah. So you do have some amount of customization. There's not a lot of different options for it, but you do have some extent of customization. You can't do it in flight. If you remind me after I land, I'll show you. And I fucked up my camera. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Alright, so here up ahead we have Palo Duro Canyon, which has lots of miles of hiking, all that sort of thing. Once we get a good view, because, yeah, I suspect the landmark that I had in mind is not going to show up from the air. Okay, yeah. So this is the most famous natural feature in Palo Duro Canyon is Lighthouse Rock. Some more of what it looks like from the ground. Alright, from here we're going to be heading north to Amarillo. Amarillo is the biggest city on the Texas stretch of Route 66. Ah, yes, the Cadillac Ranch. You've heard of it. Well, I'll have a picture of that soon. We're starting to be able to see downtown off here. Yeah, keep it like that. Okay, coming in from the east, coming in from Amarillo's east, the first major roadside attraction, or first sort of infamous roadside attraction, is the Big Texan Steakhouse. Infamous for their 72-ounce steak, which I can't imagine is that very good, and can't imagine that much meat is very good or, you know, respectful to the animal. I'm an unapologetic carnivore, and I feel like that's disrespectful to the animal to some extent. But yeah, there we are, seen from above. Then we have the Slug Bug Ranch, is features a bunch of Volkswagens half buried in the sand. Decorated, etc. Coming up ahead, we get to downtown. also in so we passed through downtown, which is a little more sparse than I was expecting, than I'd been led to believe, but okay. We get to the historic district, which has a number of local curiosity shops, some decent cafes, and the Texas Route 66 Visitor Center. We certainly haven't run. I mean, if you've been following this whole thing, I'm probably starting to get tired of hearing about Route 66 visitor centers, but this is the main one in Texas, so I guess there's that. What else we got? Further before next. For the next thing, but we're also getting very close to the end of the line for today. 10 minutes for... Alright, so the final sort of roadside landmark for this leg of the trip is the Cadillac Ranch. Element Future, yeah, I'm mostly using autopilot right now. So for flight-seeing purposes, I'm doing autopilot, pre-plan the route, figured out points of interest in advance so I can talk about them. Coming up, we have here the Cadillac Ranch. I guess you can just about make it out from the air here. It's this where we got a bunch of half-buried 50s Cadillacs in the sand there, decorated, etc. Yeah. So what I would like to do with this channel is I'm going to do a combination of these sort of flight-seeing tours where it will mostly be autopilot, me narrating over it, and then sort of challenge run, and then I've got a couple of challenge runs planned where that will actually be more, that'll be me flying and trying to navigate and everything on my own. Specifically, I've got a couple of plans to fly long distance in vintage airplanes coming up. So, yeah, if you stick around, there'll be stuff to see. In the meantime, we got a couple of small towns between here and where I'm landing, but I don't have any notes for any of them, so... really hate how laggy that is. Let's see, 18 nautical miles. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I only just started doing these live streams. So this is like my third, I think. Well, I dabbled around with doing live streams and stuff a couple of years ago, but this is my third time doing Flight Simulator. Yeah, people seem to like it, or my friends seem to like it. Can't speak for my enemies. Element Future, what controls are you using? Thrustmaster T6. I think I used to have... Yeah, I haven't dabbled with head tracking. I have dabbled with, I have dabbled with, VR, and the performance, like, my computer's pretty powerful. It's just not powerful enough to really do this in VR. I think trying to do streaming in VRs would just be too much. As it is, 2 screens is barely enough to keep track of everything I need to for streaming. Or 2 screens plus my iPad. Anyway, start bringing the speed down here. Yeah, so I used to have a Thrustmaster HOTAS, and I mean or hands-on throttle and stick, and that was pretty good for. Yeah, it's pretty good for what it was. I'm using a Honeycomb. Alpha and Bravo yoke and throttle quadrant set now, which I really love. Oh, you play Star Citizen? Cool. I haven't done much space simulation stuff. I played Star Wars TIE Fighter for a hot minute, and then other than that, haven't really. Can't say I've dabbled much in space combat games. Like.
Engaging autopilot.
Not quite there yet. No, but I think for doing general aviation and flight simulator, like I can't imagine being much happier than I am with the Honeycomb stuff. But it's probably not very good for probably not particularly good for space or combat. Like, I also play Ace Combat, which is very much not a simulator game, but when I do that, I play it with an Xbox controller. good. And GPV, you were here for the... Alright, well, thanks for stopping by, Element Future. As you can see, I'll be on the ground very shortly, so, yeah, just thanks for stopping in. Nice talking to you, and I'm happy to have a new follower. Anyway, GPV, you were here for the last stream. You saw me, that crash, I watched the replay of it, and was completely my fault. I let the airspeed get too low. I'm not doing that this time. This time I'm actually right where I want to be. Okay, flaps full. No, I would. So again, I watched the replay, and the airspeed was just creeping too low, and I mean, yeah, it, like the plane actually like
500.
stalling came out, like stalling and crashing seemed to come out of nowhere. But I was watching it, just the airspeed was just creeping downwards while I was trying to get ready to land there, and it's not what you want. Fast. On target a little fast. Alright. Yeah, too fast. That's fine. Call that pretty good. That plane just disappeared. Spooky. No. I'm parking right here. Screw you, blue line. Okay. Flaps up. Landing lights off. P2V off. Transponder. Standby. Did I, like, forget to turn the transponder on? Fuel pump off. Oxygen off. Power lever idle. Mixture cut off. External lights off. Avionics. Alternator. Ignition. Battery. That was a good landing. I am very happy with that. All right. Now, let's see. You were asking about character customization. That's not it. That's not it. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, this is what we got. We got, I don't even remember which one of these I am. I guess this one. Oh, there we go. There's all the faces. Anyway, and then with Copilot, you got a little bit less flexibility here. But, yeah. You know. I think this is her. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. As usual, where in the world am I? Oh. In the Atlantic, evidently. All right, thanks for watching as usual. We'll be back Thursday, with the next leg of this, which is gonna go from Amarillo, Texas to Gallup, New Mexico, if I remember correctly. Is what I have planned for that. So yeah, that'll be cool. In the meantime, have a nice evening, everybody. Fly safe, and have a good evening, or whatever time of day it happens to be. Oh, whoops. All right, whatever.